despise your journey, don't despise life. That when you're going through certain things, it's really your ethics and your develop to design and implement, because we worked on a project that. So I realized that there was a trend that God was using in my. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I went and I gradually changed out some of my wardrobe. The parts. Fast forward, the Holy Spirit. I left it alone. I went and looked on one vehicle before I even moved in my life, because you just before you can even live into a place where He wants to be able to get the glory and for you to be able to use you to get our still at home. Nobody can backstab us. But what can you take away from where you are now that can help you for 2021? Alright, so hi, good morning. How are y'all doing? Did y'all miss me? Alright, so I'm not gonna be very long, but it's been a while since I've done a video. Partly because I've been adjusting to my new roles at where I'm at now, and I've just been going through a lot of changes emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes you just need some time to just be still and to understand what God is doing, what God is saying. And in that time, I knew that I needed to be making a video, but I didn't know what exactly to speak about. And yesterday I got a message from a young lady that she wanted to thank me for making the videos. I'm like, God, you're so funny. But she just basically poured out that she was blessed by the videos that I've been doing, and especially where praying is concerned, and then she's believing God for whatever she's praying. I'm like, wow, that is awesome, right? So today I'm gonna speak about don't despise your journey, don't despise your small beginnings. Yes, people. So there are certain things that I've learned in life, that when you're going through certain things, it's really something that is strategically done by God. Because I'm telling you, God is the strategic planner of all planners. So He knows your end from your beginning. So He puts you in certain situations that will build character. It will build your ethics and your moral fiber, because where He's taking you, you have to be able to function in the character that is required for that new role or new level. So when I just started out working, I was an intern admin assistant, right out of university. I left school in July. I got a job in September as an intern, and first day of my internship, my supervisor gave me a survey to complete, to develop, to design and implement, because we worked on a project that worked in the inner city communities, and they wanted to bring them a prepaid light system. So it started from then. So I'm like, seriously, what is this? And little did I know that each supervisor that I had, they pushed me to a certain level, because they have to push you. Because I could put down survey, design, implementation, and coordination of field workers and data entry right off the bat within the first 3 months of working at my first job, and even event planning. So I'm like, okay, sure. So I realized that there was a trend that God was using in my life, that He was giving me things to do that would cement and make me efficient as I am now today. And my other job, I used to get the strategic plan and procurement plan and budget to look over and to compile. I'm like, this is not my pay grade. Why am I doing this? People, can I tell you that for the past month and a half that I've been at my new location, that was one of the main things that I had to do, to develop a strategic plan, for an operational plan for the branch that I work in and budget. So I could have taken the stance that from the get-go, when I was being trained, and I didn't know I was being trained at my previous employers, that this is not on my job description. Why do I need to do this? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be teachable, because not nobody likes a know-it-all, and nobody likes anybody who is inflexible. And I remember one of my supervisors told me, Nadia, you're too exact sometimes. I'm like, what? I'm not exact, because I go beyond the call of duty and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But then I realized what he was saying, that you have to be flexible and open to things that are not something that you would want to do. So you have to be flexible and you have to be open, right? Fine. And then the next thing that you'll have to understand in your journey is that you have to know how to discern when God is speaking to you and giving you instructions to do certain things. Because I said before, He is the strategic planner of all strategic planners. People, after I finished my MBA in 2018, I went back to work. But before I went back to work, the Holy Spirit just said, you need to change out your wardrobe. I'm like, why me to change out my wardrobe? My wardrobe just fine. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I went and I gradually changed out some of my wardrobe to fit more management type positions. So I'm like, okay, I need to dress for the part that I want. So I started dressing the part. Fast forward to last year. We all know this now, because I've been talking about it in my testimony, that the Holy Spirit said, you need to change your car. I'm like, but I just had a baby. Cars are expensive. Me must go look for a brand new car, sir. So it's like, I left it alone. I went and looked on one vehicle before I even got pregnant. I went and I looked at the vehicle. I'm like, whoa, this is above my pay grade, and about my like that car here. But I didn't get that one. But when the Holy Spirit again nudged me to do that test drive last year to get this vehicle that I'm sitting in right now, what was He doing? And the other day, it just came to me like, like when a rush or a revelation was licking in your head. It came to me that the Lord has been preparing me for this season. One, I had to start looking the part. I had to start walking the walk even before I got here. Some of the things I did by faith, because I didn't even know why I was doing certain things. Like, I just knew it was time, because something else was coming. And you can't know when God is moving in your life, because you just know that something big is happening. So I want to encourage you guys that don't despise your small beginnings. Don't despise God's instructions to you, because they're there to help you and to push you, because He sees your end and before you can even glimpse a vision of what your end is. And He sees your end, and He wants you to know that He has your best interest at heart. So don't despair, and don't feel like, oh, you need to be at a certain level, or you need to be doing this. And just follow His instructions. That's the best way I can put it. Follow God's instructions, people of God. Follow God's instructions. It may seem stupid, it may seem so unusual. Follow God's instructions, because He is equipping you and pushing you into a place where He wants to be able to get the glory, and to be able to use you to get glory in every situation. So my message to you, don't ever despise your early days or your small beginnings. Because when I used to take bus and I dress up like me one big Atisha, I'm like, I was just living out a vision that I saw. Just the part. Your best days are still ahead. Nobody can tell me say God not real. God is real, people, and He is touched with every concern that you have, every need. And sometimes even once they say, God, I want this, like a spoiled child, and He'll just say, all right, fine, you've been a good girl, so yeah, here it is. But seriously though, God is a faithful God, and all He desires of us is that we trust Him, and then we believe that He will forever be faithful to us. So this morning I just want to encourage you guys to, even if you're in a job right now that you don't like, I honestly believe that every single job that you have is prepared for something else. So don't feel like, oh, you don't like the people you work with. The people you work with are so mean, and they're hypocrites and they're backstabbers. But what can you take away from where you are now that can help you in your next phase or a journey in life? Because that simply could be teaching you that you need to know how to deal with people at all levels. Because when you get to management and senior management, it's not about your feelings, it's about how to deal with people and to get the work done at the same time. So that's my little tidbit today. Hopefully I'll come back with more videos. So I will log off for now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of the month. And we're in what, September? The year is almost finished. In the natural year for 2020, almost finished. Prepare yourself for 2021. Prepare your mind, prepare your thoughts, prepare your heart, and start decreeing and declaring God's will over your life. Prophesy to yourself. And that's my final words today. And I pray that you're blessed and go and be great. Alright, so bye. See you in the next video.